Hey everyone, SalmonPink's here with the most impromptu video I've ever made. With the 3DS and Wii U eShops closing in a matter of days, I've heard a ton of discussions on what games to get, and I thought this would be a great opportunity to just get a quick video out to share a couple of my recommendations. Just a little note, all the prices I'll be listing in this video will be Canadian dollars, since I live in the land of maple syrup and baggy. But do check the prices according to your region, as they probably look a little cheaper. So smash that like button like the life of the eShops depends on it, and let's get to it. First up, demos. A ton of the games I'm going to mention have a demo, or in a lot of cases, a special demo that has content that you can't find in the main game. So as long as you have a decently sized SD card, go ahead and download as many of these as you can. Some notable ones I'd recommend are the Pokemon Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire special demo, the Sun and Moon special demo, the Detective Pikachu special demo, the demos for Bravely Default and Bravely Second, and the demos for Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate and Monster Hunter Generations. Next up is Virtual Console. This one is seasoned to taste, but there are a lot of games that won't be available or really difficult to find after the eShop closure. Go through the store page for this one and pick out whatever catches your fancy. Just double check that whatever you decide on isn't already on the Switch. Right, now to the games. The Ace Attorney games. With the exception of the Great Ace Attorney Collection and the Miles Edgeworth Investigation side series, you can own the entirety of the Ace Attorney series on your 3DS. The only two that are exclusive to the 3DS are Dual Destinies and Spirit of Justice, but there's also a sale going on right now if you're watching this before March 27th, 2023. The Ace Attorney Trilogy and Dual Destinies are $3 each, Apollo Justice is $3.74, and Spirit of Justice is $4. All more than worth the entry price of having all the Ace Attorney games in one place, and makes for a great anthology for a rainy day. Pick all of these up if you can. Professor Layton vs. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. This is the #1 game on this list. If you get any game that I talk about today, please let it be this one. Whether you're a fan of either, neither, or both of these series, this is still one of the greatest games of all time and an incredible crossover that brilliantly and expertly blends the best of both of these franchises together. It's $35, but while that might be a bit much, you will never find a physical copy of it for that price. Get it now, thank me later. Rusty's Real Deal Baseball. This one is free to start, but if you do decide to get it quick, because it's a series of baseball mini-games that you do have to purchase in-game using real-world money. However, you can haggle the real-world price of the games to get them cheaper and cheaper than their listed price. It's whimsical, it's small, and it really creates that good feeling of baseball. Download it anyway because it's free, and maybe check it out. Pokemon Dream Radar. This is a really cool augmented reality game that uses the 3DS's gyroscope to move around and catch Pokemon. Notably, every Pokemon you catch will also have its hidden ability that you can transfer into the 5th generation of Pokemon games. You can also get the Therian forms of Landorus, Tornadus, and Thundurus, and every Pokemon comes in a cool Dream Ball. For $4, it's a really great game and must-have for Pokemon fans. Rhythm Thief and the Emperor's Treasure. If Ocean's 11 was a rhythm game, this would be it. Honestly, this is one of the most interesting and unique rhythm games I've ever come across. You are doing this big heist and all of the stages are set to the beat and music as you avoid getting caught. It's just super duper cool. The game is only $20 digitally and also has a demo that you should grab anyways. Highly recommend this one. Ever Oasis. Part action-adventure, part town building, all in a unique and fun setting. This gives me old school Legend of Zelda vibes with the dungeons, exploration, and puzzles in the adventure parts, and good old Animal Crossing vibes with the restoration of your desert oasis town. It's $50 digitally, and there's also a demo, but much like every other game on this list that has both physical and digital versions, you will not find the physical copy for that price. Please pick this one up if you can. It is super duper charming and really fun. 7th Dragon 3 Code VFD. A cool dungeon crawling RPG akin to the Persona or SMT games. I haven't actually gotten around to playing it yet, but this was one of those games that I was sold on from the looks and trailers alone. If you're an RPG fan, you might want to grab this since it had a super limited physical release. The digital version is $34, and hey, check it out. Stella Glow. A pretty solid tactical RPG game that I've actually been playing in my off time over the past couple months. It feels a little bit like Disgaea, but if you're a fan of Fire Emblem or just tactical RPGs in general, I'd still recommend it. It actually has pretty impressive voice acting too. I will, however, let you know that the story and characters are incredibly anime to a fault at some points. If you can't stomach that, then go ahead and skip it, but the game is only $23 and also has a demo available. And buying the game also nets you a free theme for your 3DS home menu too. Take a look at it if it strikes your fancy. Radiant Historia Perfect Chronology. This is another one of those big RPGs, so if it's not your thing, then feel free to skip it. I haven't played it yet, but again, I just know from the trailers and like from seeing it, it's something that I'll enjoy. So look up some gameplay, see if it's for you. The digital version is $55, and there's also a demo if you're on the fence, and you know, might as well get that anyways. The Starship Dam Raid. This is a super cool horror puzzle game. It's not all that long, but it's also only $8. Unlike other games I've recommended so far, however, I do need to urge you to not look up anything for this game. And just trust me with this one. As part of the game's appeal is that it gives you like no instructions and you figure out the story and how to play as you play. It's got such a great feel to it, kind of like the old Alien movies, and if you pick it up, you gotta play it at night, lights off, headphones in. This one's also got the Salmon seal of approval. You do not want to miss this one. Attack of the Friday Monsters, A Tokyo Tale. This is a love letter to the Monster of the Week media, as well as the brilliant Boku no Natsuyasumi games. This is one game you need to get. It's just outstanding, and it's about this town where kaiju and these big monsters show up every Friday. It's got all that charm and everything you'll love about it. It's only $8 and it's only available digitally. Don't let this one get away from you. Liberation Maiden. Probably one of the coolest 3D air shooters that you've never played, and has production value that far surpasses most modern AAA games as well. It's a ton of fun, incredibly charming, and honestly pretty impressive for the $8 price tag. This one too is a digital only download, so do not miss out on it. Photo Dojo. This is actually a DSiWare game that was grandfathered onto the 3DS, and it is one of the funniest games you will ever play. The game has you taking pictures of you or your friends in various poses, then recording voice lines, all so that you can turn yourself into a fighting game character. It's simple, but incredibly entertaining. There's a versus mode and a beat 'em up mode, and it just gets better with every new fighter you add to the game. It might be incredibly simple, but I had hours upon hours of fun with this back in high school, making fighters of all the friends I could convince to get into the poses for. It's only $2, and this one I also have the Salmon seal of approval on. Just get it, you're gonna have so much fun with it. Well, that's about it. There's obviously a ton more that I could go through, but those are my recommendations for now. Let me know what you picked in the comments below or on Twitter @thesalmon, and we can enjoy these gems on one of the greatest consoles ever. But for now, this is the SalmonPink signing off. Episode 2 of the Daily Grind is nearing completion, so please stay tuned for that. But until then, have yourselves a damn good one.